How's it going, guys? J-Mac here doing the wrap for round 7. At Mackie Park today we had our Cystic Fibrosis Day. We've all got our merchandise today, Cystic Fibrosis. Just getting around the charity for the boys and Ryan Davis and Greg Davis today. I guess we'll start off with the 18s. We had Melton 11-10-76 to Bacchus Marsh, 9 goals 14-78. We had 4 goals to Dylan Jobson, 2 goals to Tom Simpson, and 1 goal to Jake Syme, Max Scobell, Kyle Rogers, Trav Ferry, and Josh Cooper. For the best players, we had Jai Whitehand, Dylan Jobson, Josh Cooper, Harrison Hanley, Tom Simpson, and Justin Newton. So from the 18s, we've got we got 2 blokes, but first off we've got Justin Newton. You know, you got 6 best on today against Bacchus in a win. So how do you think you went, and you know, what was your game structure and all that for today?
Oh, I think I went alright. Didn't do too bad. I don't know, I just went in. Pressure on the ball was my game structure.
Yeah, right.
That's about it, yeah.
Right, so you think you had a pretty decent one, did you?
Oh, I did alright, yeah.
Yeah, a few kicks and touches. Right, so my second question is, and you know, it's been a bit of you know, question mark in the air for a few weeks, but you know, you kind of look like Maxi Scobell at the moment. So you know, I just kind of wanted to know what the deal was there. Like, did you try and replicate Maxi Scobell's haircut, or were you trying to go for your own thing, or like, what was the go?
Well, Max came to training one night and I thought his hair looked pretty nice.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd copy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and try and replicate his game style, and you know, that's probably why you got 6 best on this week or something like. Yeah. Yeah, you know. Oh, well, thanks for coming on, mate. You know, the second bloke we got on is Tom Simpson. You know, from the 18s. How you going, mate?
Hey mate, how are you?
How are you? So you kind of rate yourself as a goal kicker, and you know, you kicked 2 to go today. You know, how do you think you went in the win against Bacchus today?
It was actually more about the win than myself, to be honest. I didn't really care about how I played, but I got the golden chalice, so free drinks all night, so can't complain.
You know, I haven't stopped hearing you talk about that golden chalice tonight. For the rest of the season, how do you think you know, game prep and game structure and how the 18s are going to handle that the rest of the season? How do you think we're going to go for that?
I've actually put in the group chat like a game structure, so yeah, it's actually good. We've got a pat now, so yeah, should be good.
Do you think the boys will be making finals and lifting in finals, or you know?
We're 2-5 at the moment, so we're struggling, but hopefully we do. Yeah, hopefully we squeeze in on percentage.
Yeah, well, hopefully you boys get a few wins towards the end of the season and get up and you know, put on a show for the rest of the season in the final series. And you know, thanks for coming on. For the reserves, we had a pretty tough day out. Melton 7 goals, 48 points total. Bacchus Marsh, we had 16 goals, 15 points, 111 points total. We had, for the goals, we had 3 goals from Marky Farrow, who played a pretty good game. Then we had Peaches snagged 2, so he'd be pretty up and about that. Single goal kickers were James Taylor and Ashy Crone. As for best players, we had Stretch, James Taylor, good game by him. Then we had Bakes, Tom Button, Kyle DeRose, Mark Farah, and Hudson Wild, and under 18s coming up for the Resies, giving us a chop out, which was good. So from the reserves, we got James Taylor, aka Stretch, coming in here for an interview. How's it going, mate?
Not too bad.
Yeah, we just had like a few questions for you. You know, your goal kicking is one of them. You know, we had a night at training a few weeks back where Timsy got you up in front of all the boys and wanted to know if you could kick a set shot from 50 metres out, and it seems to be working off. I've seen you kick a few snags from a fair distance out from set shot. I just wanted to know like what your technique is, and you know, what you think about when you're walking in for the set shot, and you know, how you handle it.
Well, I don't know. I reckon kicking from a distance is it's what I'm good at. Kicking closer to goal is probably where I kind of like, I'm just not good at it. So
as well as myself, a few of the other boys are known that you're marking. You're just clunking it, mate. You know, you got the Dukes out this season and taking a few pack knocks as well as a few good leads and marks there. You know, have you worked on anything on pre-season or during the season that has improved your marking?
Not really. I reckon just working into space is just my goal, to kind of put the hard work early and then get I guess get a little bit of space from my opponent, and I know just what's there. I get the marks.
Right. No, obviously you're in real good form at the moment. getting best on ground and in the best players over the past few weeks. How do you reckon you're travelling as well as in terms of knocking on Timsy's door as far as getting a spot in the senior squad and kicking a few bags in there instead of the reserves?
I reckon just my consistency is probably pretty much my own goal at the moment. So it's not exactly just seniors, it's just getting my football right and playing the same way each week, in and out. I don't know, do what the coaches ask, and it seems to be coming good for me at the moment.
And that's it. Well, you got good height. You're killing your opponents lately, so I'm sure you're not too far from the lookout. So thanks for coming over for the interview, and good game today.
Right,
and as for the seniors, and another pretty tough day out coming up against a top team in Bacchus Marsh. 6 goals, 41 points for Melton, and for Bacchus Marsh we had 24 goals, 5 points, 149 points. We had only one dual goal kicker, which was Mitch Brockwell. He had 2 goals. The single goal kickers were Connor Griffiths, Lachlan Hickey, Braden Kite and Brett McIntyre. For the best players we had Jay Cotts. Then we had my boy Lukey Heaney, who got second best on, followed by Daniel Walker, Bailey Mawson, Matt Denham and my other boy Billy Crofts. So we just got after the senior game we just got Matty Denham here. How's it going, mate? How are ya?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Yeah, just had a couple of questions for you. Coming up against the old team, how did you think you'd go, and how do you think you went? And just give us a recap on how your game went. You think?
Before the game, we were actually quite confident. We've had a bit of a better start than we thought we would to the year. Actually, we've improved, I reckon, keep improving. But how we actually went was not to plan, I don't think, as you could see by the score. It was good.
Yep. So playing against your old club, did you think you'd cop any stick from your old teammates, or what kind of stick did you cop from your teammates?
Yeah, I knew it was coming. Definitely knew it was coming. Got a couple of texts during the week saying I'll be in for a rough day. I think it was more the supporters on the other side of the fence heckling me a bit more though. But it's all a good bit of a laugh.
So what's it like coming back to the Bloods and playing against a couple of the old boys that you used to play with, and obviously some new blokes?
So I started my juniors at Melton, first 5 or 6 years, then spent about 6 or 7 at Marsh. It was different coming across, but I've got some close mates that I grew up with, played some junior footy with, and always thought before my time's up I'd get a bit of senior footy in with them. So it's been good. Couple of new faces as well. Haby's come across, I knew him as well. Dad used to coach him, so yeah, got ties in with a few people. It's been good.
And with Lake Wendover coming up next week, how do you think the boys are going to handle the loss today, and how do you think they're going to perform next week with game prep and training and all that?
Yeah, so we got Lake Winderee up there next week. I think today just a down day. I hope the boys can just maybe get past it, move on. You just got to move on from a game like that. Get to Tuesday night, hopefully have some good numbers on the track, and yeah, get ready for a Ballarat game.
I totally agree there, Matty Denham. It was not nice catching up with you, and thanks for coming out and giving us a post-game interview. Next week we're playing at Lake Wendouree hopefully we can see a few Blood supporters come out to us at Ballarat, travel up the highway, and support the boys playing Lake Wendouree.